Hi everyone, this is Stephanie with Children's Drawing and Painting at Locust Street Art.
And this video will be about painting geometric patterns with masking tape. For this tutorial, you will need canvas or a sheet of cardboard, paint, masking tape, a small square tip paintbrush, a ruler and colored pencils, and a cup of water. First things first, lay out your canvas flat on your working area and start by taping up a border. Create this border with the masking tape by taping along the edges of your canvas. If you tape it to your actual working area, this will help keep your canvas stable. Press the tape gently but firmly onto your canvas to make sure your lines are straight. Using a ruler and colored pencils, create a light grid on your canvas so that you can paint precise, sharp-edged shapes. Start by dividing your canvas into even squares, then divide those squares in half until you get the shapes you want. Using even measurements will lead to perfect shapes. Now with your grid, you will use your roll of tape to line up strips alongside your drawn lines. Remember, the space covered by your tape will not be painted. Line up the tape so that your shapes are the same size. Use the lines that you drew to keep your tape straight and press it firmly onto the canvas. Now you're ready to start painting your first layer. Paint your shapes with generous amounts of paint on your paintbrush. Use quarter-sized blobs of paint at a time, one color at a time. Check your paint is dry by gently running your fingertips on the paint. If there is no paint on your fingers, you are ready for the next layer. Gently strip off the masking tape. Lay out your next layer by laying strips of masking tape along your grid lines. Whatever the tape covers will not be painted. Use your grid and your tape carefully. For this piece, I chose to create a checkerboard using two colors and their complementary counterparts. For example, if I'm using blue, its counterpart is orange. For red, its counterpart is green. Repeat these steps with your masking tape and paint until you are happy with your pattern. Here are a couple of things to remember. The longer the amount of time a strip of tape stays on the canvas, the trickier it'll be to take off. Replace your tape often and take it off your canvas as soon as you don't need it. Do not use a strip of tape for more than 2 layers. Rinse your paintbrush after every color. Unless you're blending paints to create new colors, keeping your paintbrush clean and rinsed often will keep your colors bright and vivid. Use a combination of long strips and short strips to get the shapes you want without having to put too much tape on your paint. Masking tape is a great way to keep your painted lines straight, but the less tape you use, the more you protect your paint. The fresher the tape, the easier it is to strip off and reuse. After removing a strip of tape, it might carry a little bit of paint with it. Prevent this by stripping off the tape carefully, using fresh strips of tape for each layer. And if it happens, it's no big deal. Patch up your work with more paint. This is when having a square tip paintbrush really helps. Painting in long, straight strokes with a generous amount of paint on your paintbrush will help you recuperate those shapes.
Your last step is to take off your border tape. Carefully strip off the tape and rinse your paintbrush out.
And you will have a geometric pattern with precise lines and sharp shapes. Practice and experiment with masking tape to create different patterns.
Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned with Locust Street Art.